In this systems of equations, we have two equations, negative 3x minus 4y is equal to negative 2, and y is equal to 2x minus 5. And we want to solve for the variables both x and y. But in both of these scenarios, there's two variables in the equation, which means we can't solve the equation. So we need to combine the equations in which we only have one variable. So in order to do this, we want to either combine to have only x's or combine only to have y's. So in this scenario, it would be a good idea to use substitution because in our second equation, we just have y is equal to 2x minus 5, which means we can substitute this y into our original equation here. That way our equation only has x's. So I'm going to rewrite that original equation, negative 3x minus 4y is equal to negative 2. And I'm going to change this y and put it in green because in replacement of y, we're literally going to substitute in this whole equation here, 2x minus 5. So we have negative 3x minus 4 times everything in as y is equal to 2x minus 5 is equal to negative 2. And now we have an equation where we only have x's. So we substituted in the y's and we're left with just x's. And now I can just solve this equation by simplifying. So we have negative 3x. Now we're going to use distributive property. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20 is equal to negative 2. And now I just need to solve and simplify. I need to just simplify and then solve. So on the left side of the equation, I can combine like terms. And we can see here with combining like terms, we have a negative 3x and a negative 8x. Negative 3x minus 8x is negative 11x plus 20 is equal to negative 2. And now this is where I want to use inverse operations because I'm bringing constants to the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to subtract 20 from both sides because the inverse of addition is subtraction. And we're left with negative x is equal to negative 22. And again, I am moving on the other side of the equal signs when I'm solving. So we have negative 11x. We're going to divide by negative 11 on both sides. These are going to cancel out because the inverse of multiplication is division. And we're left with x is equal to 2. So now we've solved for one of our variables. We have x is equal to 2. However, we don't just want x. We also want the value of y. So I'm going to take x and substitute it back into an equation. So I'm going to take this equation, and I can use either the first equation or the second equation. But the second equation was already in a y equals form, so it would make the most sense to use this one because it's the easiest. But again, there would be no issues if you use the first one as well. So we have 2 times x minus 5. And I put x in purple because we can see here that we're just going to take this x equals and substitute it in for x. So we're left with y is equal to 2 times 2 minus 5. So we literally know that x is equal to 2, so we're substituting into our equation to solve for y. And we're left with y is equal to 4 minus 5, so y is equal to negative 1. So I've now solved for x, and I've solved for y. So my final answer is 2 comma negative 1. But you can see here that if I had graphed both of these lines, the solution on the graph would be at the point 2 comma negative 1.